Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today, we continue on with the tale of Shadow and Fire. Our party is finally getting out of the city after. Honestly, I don't even remember how long they've been there anymore. We've been at this for a while. But they're finally getting back on track trying to go find that Durgan. But before we go, move on, we need to figure out where we've been. I've already forgot who was doing it. I'm throwing somebody under
Tim
the
Tam.
bus. Tam
That
Tam,
thing.
I'm not giving you
Tim
drugs
Tam.
unless you give it back. Unless you tell us what's going on. Probably not going to give them back anyway. But go ahead.
Yeah, don't lie to the guy in withdrawal. Yeah,
You're
well,
not withdrawal. You've got too much Narcane.
He's going to get addicted
moving
to
on.
Narcan.
Last time on this group of semi-competent blithering idiots, it was actually pretty calm last session. We got our new doggy and had to clean them. In the process of cleaning the dog, we found out that this little dog was both A, very abused, B, very undertaken care of, and C, covered in void ticks or void fleece. What was the term?
Yep, I believe that
I
was
think
it.
they were abyssal ticks.
Yeah, it was one of the two.
Abyssal,
Abyssal
yeah,
and Void, same
that
thing.
was it. Yeah, they were covered in abyssal ticks, and we had to. And upon cleaning them up, Tamerlan was going to use them for something, which is like 800 different red flags of oh no. And additional red flags of oh no, Tamerlan went into an alley. He was going to do something with them and was eventually found out by a orphan child person who tried to cover for him and not get him in trouble with the rest of the party. That failed because Tamerlan is he's smart in the most ass way possible.
He's book smart,
Is the
not too
best.
good on street smarts.
Yeah.
Also, the cover story was completely unbelievable.
She didn't know him. She did the best she could with what she had. Do not blame that small child for what Tamerlan did.
I still want my gold back. But
You're not
either
getting
way,
it back.
yeah, I know. So he took care of it. He's going to use this strange abyssal, well, now gel, to create, if not more drugs, a very powerful poison to use on a dragon. Which everyone responds with, it's a green dragon. Poison doesn't work. Yeah, I know. That's how powerful this crap is. In a way that was, yeah. In a way, it was supposed to be not so evil. But besides that, not really much happened last session. The group was just kind of talking, getting prepared to face the dragon, as well as resting. Because everyone needs to rest.
Tamerlan. You were
Well,
forgetting a major thing that happened. Also, one, you gave Syl the fucking vial.
Oh yeah.
You're missing Rufus.
And Akak's character. Apologies, I'm kind of blanking on their name right now.
Eki.
Had a epiphany or an existential crisis. I can't remember which one. Yeah, an existential crisis after finding the abused doggo, and had a talk with. Okay. Unfortunately, now this is where my memory starts to begin to blank out.
She had a talk with some sort of old retired adventurer in a cafe.
She talked to the dogs.
Oh right, yeah, you can speak with that. Oh yeah,
We met the dogs. We named Willow because we talked to Rufus. Rufus ended up going through the portal because Rufus could not contain his anger, and is very unhappy with Syl for how Syl treated him, and warned Syl about the people that what's his name? Not Percival.
Percival.
Squirrel associates with, and then the scrolls that we'd been trying to get that Eki wanted forever. She got the scroll, and she talked to the dog that she's been carrying in her Bjorn that ended up deciding to let them call her Willow, and found out that everyone here are horrible people and she absolutely hates this world and doesn't want to be here anymore. So she had a complete existential crisis and handed the dog Bjorn over to Timmy because she doesn't think she can carry the dog anymore. That was what Eki did last time. And she did meet a very cool old adventurer and got everybody breakfast. But that was Eki's whole time last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I mixed up some events, but yeah, that's kind of what happened before leading to the abyssal tick situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ended the session off with the breakfast and getting everyone ready for the next coming day, relieving exhaustions, and thankfully, I think I finally got access back to my spells.
Yes. Alrighty. With Rufus now out of commission, being returned to the Whispering Wood on his own admission, as he is incapable of keeping his cool as of the current moment. We rejoin up with the party not long after they have left the Church of Lythander and the city behind. It's starting to disappear in the distance behind them as they are back on the road looking for a good way to go north, as they have gotten a rumor that their ally, their friend Leshi, is on the edge of the forest waiting for them.
Into the woods.
You're just gonna just walk into the woods?
I mean, I assume we were given directions.
Yeah, Leshy's somewhere on the edge of the wood.
So,
To the
in
edge
that
of the woods.
direction.
So that's where y'all are currently heading on the road to get to where apparently Leshi is. What are y'all up to as y'all are walking?
Thinking about this logistically, the only NPC we have with us right now is Korvac, isn't it? And Tinker.
Yes. Abby remained behind, and the rest were moved into the Whispering Wood.
Well, since we're just we're walking, Timmy is gonna go up to Tinker
And Willow, yeah.
and ask them about that whole voice, that whole mechanized voice thing that he's been thinking about. Some kind of speaker for him that can translate his words at least into common.
I could do a basic translator pretty easy. It wouldn't have many options, but it'd be a pretty quick fix.
Timmy will respond in their head. Well, that'll work just fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here speaks common. I do speak a few other languages, but right now, common will work just fine for me.
You misunderstand. It'd be more of a you hit a button, it says a certain phrase. Doing a full translation would take a little while.
Oh well, we got time. This traveling to the dragon might take a while.
It's not the kind of thing I can do on the road.
Damn. Well, the next time we're in the city, remind me to ask about it again. It's all well. It's normally fun to talk in people's heads. Not having everyone able to hear me at the same time can be quite a hassle.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, how are your injuries healing up, by the way?
I'm not poisoned anymore. Oddly enough.
Well, that's good.
At least I don't think so. And now that I'm back off and running, I'll be able to take a look at those items that y'all brought back.
Oh, good. A pair of those boots were looking real interesting to me.
I haven't had time to look over them yet, though. But no touching until I do, understand? They point a tiny finger at you.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm in my first rodeo with unidentified magic items.
Yeah, last person that said that released an ancient sun eater or something. Moon eater? I don't remember what it ate. It ate a thing.
The
I'm
sun
sure
Tink.
Oh, so it was the sun.
Who the hell did that?
Pervel.
Pervel guy. Ugh.
So no touching. I need
I
to
won't,
double check for curses as well. Still has a habit of bringing back curse things.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
By that, I didn't bring back the idol.
You're part of. It's part of the group stuff you found.
Yes, Purple's the one that found it.
And you're the only one left from that group. Other than me.
Syl goes to point at Korvac and then realizes that Korvac wasn't with us at the beginning and goes, she's going to go have a existential crisis.
Those seem to be going around a lot.
She can come join Eki. That's what Eki's doing right now. Still.
There needs to be a special tent just for the people having an existential crisis, just with lots of padded pillows and stuffed animals and shit.
They all have a place
Put
to
me in the
build it.
moss.
Crying tent, if you will.
But Willow the Boofer is attempting to lick not Willow's, Eki's ear from a distance, but they're nowhere near, so it's not working.
And I'm pretty sure they're on Timmy's.
Yeah.
Where would the Bjorn be? I know a baby
It's
Bjorn
on
is
the
typically
back.
worn on the on. Oh, I was thinking like it'll be on the front, like a baby Bjorn.
It's a big dog. They would be on the back.
I'm a big person.
Decently so, but it's just easier to have you on the back.
You're both
'cause your
still
arms are
medium
long.
creatures.
But
You're both still medium creatures.
the dog is currently leaned sideways out of the Bjorn, its tongue wagging in Eki's direction.
Eki has not looked at Willow one time since they left. She is specifically staying just enough at a front angle to not even look over there.
Maybe we'll give the dog some scritches, and say in their head. Hopefully, they understand telepathy.
Your hand gets numbed.
Yeah, Eki will come around eventually. She's just having a thing.
But is Tam or Eki or Syl up to anything as y'all are moving along?
I'm actually going, after my little existential crisis, I'm actually going to pull Tamerlane to the side.
You would find him just like lighting sparks.
What was that, Blue?
You find Tamerlane on the side, just like casting small bits of lightning in his hand. Now these guys magic back. He's very happy.
That's fair. Syl's going to put a hand on your shoulder. We're going to need to keep an eye out, Tamerlane. Rufus said some concerning things.
That's not good.
What?
What do you want us to? What was the concern?
Well, besides the fact that whoever hurt Tinker was associates of Pervel, one of the things that seemed to upset him the most was the fact that he's convinced that there's a probability that they might have killed Galen's sister.
Oh, great. Oh, this day just keeps getting better and better.
You're not wrong. Speaking of, drink this.
Drink what? Why do I have to keep drinking this stuff? And when am I getting my drugs back?
By the time that you're done drinking that and it's all said and done, you won't need the drugs.
That feels like a lie. Those snake oil people sell, and not even the good snake oil, like the ones that come from like an iguana.
Tamerlane, I am a trained healer. Keep drinking that. It's helping you with your withdrawal symptoms. If you actually stop to think about it, you'll realize that you're not actually having withdrawal symptoms. and she'll pat you on the cheek before walking off.
Oh no, I am. I'm just wondering why I haven't been. I'm not like bleeding from like my face. Wait, is this why I'm not bleeding from the face?
Still's going to give you just the deadpan look at this point. Because, Tamerlane, you've had so much fucking Narcane at this point. You're not having withdrawal symptoms.
It's not so much the okay, out of character. It's not really the withdrawal. It's more just like he's been using it so much. He psychologically has like a thing at the back of his head, like, "Oh, it's time," or "It's time, it's time."
Oh, that's why she's telling you to stop and think. Stop and think, Tamerlane.
Think, Tamerlane. Think.
I know you have some brain cells to rub together. Stop and think.
Are we sure he didn't sell him to his dealer?
Shush.
No, no. Those brain cells are specifically designated for spellcasting.
But
Yeah, he drinks it.
But Phil's gonna give you just a deadpan look of like think about it. Like after you drink it. Like actually think about it.
it isn't long after that y'all do arrive at the edge of the forest. It's not too far away from Neverwinter. You're a few miles out. It's in the distance. You can see the smoke from all the fireplaces and whatnot. But you're not. The issue you have right now is that you are at where you're supposed to meet Leshi, but there's not a Leshi here. And you've double checked, even with how short they are, there's still not a Leshi here. They're not hiding in the grass or anything.
Sybil here in their head. Did we get here early or something?
I checked the note.
You are supposed to meet Leshi, who came here ahead of time.
So we'll shake her head. No, he should be here. I'm gonna look for footprints.
Roll me survival.
Do I have? Yes, I do. I have proficiency with that. I will help.
This is normally the time in which I say I'd help you. Unfortunately, I am not proficient, so all you can do is get rid of my disadvantage.
Woo.
I unfortunately cannot give you advantage. Da-da-da-da-da.
Roll good. Roll good. Roll good. Ooh, kumpai. Hey.
So, as you're looking around, you do see some footprints that do equate to the size of the small elf. So, you think Leshi might have been here in the area, but it looks like they have wandered off, heading to the east, along the edge of the wood.
Looks like he went this way. Phil's gonna start following the tracks.
Is the rest of the party up to anything as Syl is leading y'all slowly over the plain? Or what, the edge of the forest, not a plain, sorry.
Well, since Timmy is helping them track the track, then of course Still's going to have the big bug as company.
I think Darian's going to keep an eye out on the perimeter, just while everybody's tracking the footprints. We'll keep an eye behind, just to see if anything's around, see if there's any kind of like wildlife or anything that might sneak up on us. Being a little defender.
You're about where Korvac is, who is keeping it to the back as well, his great sword over his shoulder as he towers over the party, as always. But soon enough, the path leads you about a mile east to right near where the river that leads north is. You arrive in the location and see that the tracks enter the forest.
still will hear in their head, what, did Leshi not wait for us or something? Or maybe,
Phil's going to draw her mace.
You also see there is an unknown set of footprints that are going alongside his as well.
Could be that they met a companion, but I would be on guard.
right? And Timmy will pull out his glaive.
Phil will make sure that the rest of the party is made aware of that there are 2 sets of prints and to be on guard. That being said, Tamerlane, ask questions first, then shoot.
Got it.
Do y'all
Oh,
enter
just
the
in-
forest? Oh, go ahead.
Just in case, Timmy is going to stick his glaive into the ground, pull Willow out from his back, and help them down to the floor to sniff the tracks to see if maybe maybe it's something they've sniffed before.
They have not.
All right, so an unfamiliar scent of Willow. Timmy will slip Willow back into his her little Bjorn, and grab his glaive and continue forward.
As y'all begin to move along in the wood, y'all start following this little offshoot stream that comes off the main river just over to the side. What is that river's name? Does it have a name? No, apparently not. Not one I can find easily. But y'all move it deeper into the woods, and it's not long before y'all hear something big kind of shuffling around in the forest. Probably maybe 200 feet out. Can't see it in the wood, but you can definitely hear it.
Timmy will hunker down and start changing colors to match his surroundings. And still will hear in their head, you want me to approach stealthily?
She'll nod.
All right.
That being said, before any of this goes on, I want it to be known. I need to take my spell points off, but Corback and Darian, you have Death Ward.
Fair.
Thank you all.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was known.
Fair. But is Timmy going off alone?
I'm going up ahead, but before I do, I will give. I'm gonna put Willow at Darian's feet. Darian seems to have a way with puppers.
You see, they
Ah.
give Eki a look before looking up at Darian.
Come on, you. I'll look after you. Darian will try and. Is a front sitting
Back.
kind of harness people me or back? Okay. Darian will take his shield off then and put the dog where the shield was.
Gotcha. You equipped in the shield?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So just have a shield out at the moment.
You feel the back of your head is now wet.
I'm used to this.
As the
Dad's
rest of
gonna
the
get
party
jealous.
can see, Willow has licked the back of Darian's head, so now he has a cowlick.
Yep, I knew that was the right choice. And then Timmy will continue on towards the sound of the large creature. His shell changing colors to match his surroundings.
Roll me stealth. I
Yes,
think your carapace gives you advantage, if I remember correctly.
it does. 19.
As you start to move forward, it starts getting a little bit harder to see as the light is making this strange myriad of dark and light at once. You're still able to see, but it is a little disorienting as you're moving through, and as you creep, creep, you see this massive creature, kind of about the size of Korvac, but a little bit wider than even him, that seems to be right behind a tree doing something. You can hear rustling, the trees kind of shaking.
How far up away have I gone from the party at this point? Like, you said that this guy was 200 feet away.
You're a good 150 ahead.
Okay, so I can't let Sil or anybody know what's going to see. So Teddy will continue to walk around, but he's going to stay inside like as hidden as he can to walk around to see what the hell this creature is doing.
As you come around, you see they are rifling through the top of not the tops of the tree, but into the foliage of the tree, which you can't really see what's going on where their hands are. But there's these massive arms that are doing something up there. But more interesting, standing off to the side, just there, is Leshi. They have
Leshi
their
will
hands
hear-
on their hips and they're looking up.
Leshi will hear in their head, "Don't panic, don't react. Are you in danger right now?"
Oh, Timmy,
just give,
where are you at?
Does the creature respond to Leshi talking out loud like that?
You see it starts to, but you hear Leshi call out, "Come on over!" The rest of the party can hear that in the distance.
Jimmy will look at the big creature, look at Leshi, and be like, the kid's got a good head on his shoulders," and walk and just walk straight out of the foliage, turning back to his normal red coloring.
What of the rest of the party? Y'all coming up as you'll hear Leshi's voice drift back? Ecky's on the way forward.
Yeah,
Same.
Darren will slowly walk over.
Jimmy will say out loud in Thrycreen to Leshi, "So, who's your friend?"
We'll get to that in a second. As Delilah, you were told by this young-looking elf there was an interesting type of spice that grew on the edge of the Neverwinter forest, and he would show you where to find it. Hidden up in some of the branches of some of the older trees is this really interesting mushroom that grows up there that he suggested you give a shot for. Currently, you are using one of your abilities to make yourself a good bit taller to reach up into the trees as best as you can, but it seems you and this elf have been found by somebody they know.
Delilah, you're muted.
We.
Josh.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, there we go. Yes, you would see a very small, about 4 foot,
You're not currently
Tortle girl. Oh, yes, no, she would be quite big. There would be steam coming out from gaps within her shell. These patterned, sort of squared trousers that have all these different spirals on them. Lots of, well, quite large at the moment, glass trinkets all over her body, including these small little baubles. You can see there's no real melee weapons to speak of on her person. There are some large sticks with some obsidian on the end, and some very large round glasses as well, right perched on her beak.
Phil's gonna come forward. Hello there. Leshi, you've made a new friend?
Yeah, they were looking for cooking ingredients. Can I get a description of Syl?
You will see what appears to be a 5 foot tall, half elven woman with very long red hair that is currently braided back. You will see that there are vines all throughout it, twisting up, as well as just flowers, as like flowers and leaves. And honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that she's wearing chainmail, you would assume that she was a druid. But she has a holy symbol and currently has a mace in her hand, though it is not in a readied position, as well as she is wearing a shield on her left arm, which has a giant tree on it in the shape of Yggdrasil.
This quite surprising voice comes out of this very large-looking woman. She goes, "Oh, hello. I'm sorry if I've disturbed any of you. I was just, doing a bit of shopping. Um, is there something you need? You know this smaller creature here?"
Yes, we were supposed to meet up with them. Looks at Leshi.
They needed some help finding some herbs.
A note would have been nice, Leshi.
Well, I thought I had time. We got a little distracted talking about some of the uses of different types of meat.
Yes, no, it was great fun. It was good to meet a fellow connoisseur of, the delicacies of nature. It's been a while since I've spoken to someone about food and, not been attacked by creatures. So, yes, excellent. There are some lovely things around here. If you guys need any supplies, there's lots around here that we could show you. But I'm sorry for taking time out of your day and stealing your friend here.
I should also
You
point
are
out,
fine.
Leshi, the elf that is talking to you, looks to be on the younger side, maybe almost preteen in age. He looks really young, even for an elf. He's on the shorter end, taller than you, Delilah, but not by too terribly much. He's got this short, unruly blonde hair, a nice green vest, a white button up shirt under that, and these nice hiking boots, and a nice red bow tie and a big backpack. He's got a bit of a grin. And then there's also the rest of the party that has walked up behind this red haired woman. Can I get descriptions from Darian, Eki, and Tamerlane? And Timmy. Timmy first. Timmy's the first one that got here.
Kevin?
Timmy.
Give those them.
Okay, we're moving past the red bug. We'll deal with him in a second. Darian.
Yes. So you see somebody who looks somewhere between mid-30s and mid-40s. Human man. Currently has a dog on a little backpack kind of harness situation on his back and a shield in his left hand. His attire, from what you can see, is kind of like a very worn in at this point, like leather duster jacket. But you see underneath is some very well looked after armor, some chain armor protecting him. You don't see any particular weapons on his person at all. If you like, javelins in his backpack or something like that, but no swords, no maces, no anything like that you can see on his person. And yeah, he holds himself in a what tries to be a well respected kind of stance. He walks it with determination and it seems like he's trying to make a good impression on people. I think the most noticeable thing, which I always forget whenever I've done this in the past, is he does have a scar running from the corner of his eye down to the side of his face and into his neck.
As well, just behind them, they're in the edge of the forest, kind of staying out of sight. There is an elk mean mugging him from behind.
I was wondering if the elk was here.
Just a whole elk. Just an elk.
Just an elk just staring down this man.
Hey, it's probably worth mentioning this elk is made out of stars.
Delilah is very much looking at the people that she can see, but just like eyeing this very strange elk, just like, what the fuck is that?
Otherwise, we also have Eki.
Yep. Becky is, I don't know, probably staying like towards the back of the group, as far away from Darian as possible right now. She is very, very pale with just pure white hair and these kind of light green eyes. She's close to 6 feet tall, just under and on the slender side. It's pretty evident that she is some form of elf. Dark clothing and full chainmail, wears kind of what might be a holy symbol, but she has like a raven on her shield and one that kind of sits around like where her holy symbol would maybe hang on someone's neck. And she carries a glowing warhammer. And that is Eki.
The next one, another thing about Eki is, well, she's avoiding the man who's getting mean mugged by a elk. The man that is getting mean mugged also has a dog on its back, a German Shepherd by the looks of it. Looks like they're not in the best condition. Their fur is a little rough, and they are currently in what appears to be something similar to a backpack. But the dog is currently trying to lick the other elvish woman despite the distance between the two.
Excellent.
Then we also have Tamerlane.
You'll see what looks like a young human man. He has like lightly brown tan skin, white hair. Let me double check. It's been a while since I actually described Tamerlane. Yeah, he seems mostly human. He's wearing chainmail armor with blue robes and a white cape. He has a spell book at his side and an amulet that you can see. And you also notice like other thing is like some silver lines going down the sides of his face to show that he is an Athemar. He kind of just looks over and gives you a wave.
Delilah would give a little way. I assume I would have reduced myself back in size to introduce myself to people at this point.
Yep.
After collecting ingredients.
Then there is a couple more people to meet. Is our resident bug here?
You'll see a
There he goes.
fairly large 7 foot tall Thrycreen, which are a race of bug people. He has 4 arms, 2 very large, thick, and 2 smaller ones on his midsection. He's red in coloring and has tribal war paint on him. That if you have any experience with magic, one of them is a magical tattoo. He wears loincloth, furs, and wrappings. He carries around a glowing glaive. He just kind of like walks up to you and hands you a little piece of paper.
Delilah will look up at the very tall man. Delilah is about 4 foot tall, very small, very round shell. And she'll just go, thank you. And she'll open it up. What does she say?
She reads, "Hello, my name is Tibby. Will you please give me permission to speak in your head?"
Oh, yes, I've quite experienced that. But yes, go on then.
Excellent. And you'll hear in your head, "Excellent, thank you. Good to meet you. The name's Tibby."
Oh, hello, Timmy. I'm Delilah. Nice to meet you all.
As this is
Yes.
going on,
Welcome.
two more people that are coming into the clearing. The first is what effectively looks like a ball of light that is shifting around over near Syl and Darian. As you get a better look, it turns out to be a small pixie with this kind of wild green hair and long dragonfly like wings. They are dressed mostly in earthy neutral tones, and you can see a leaf bag hanging from their shoulder, kind of in a one strap setup. They give you a bit of a wave, but you don't look much at them when the mountain behind them moves. As you see pushing through the foliage, there is a massive dragonborn pushing his way through the foliage. And in your increased size, I'm guessing you're probably around 10 feet tall. This man,
They shrunk, so
yeah,
they're
no,
back to their small size.
I'm saying
Yeah.
even in that, you're 10 feet tall form when you're bigger. This man's bigger than that, standing at a total of 13 feet. You're wider than him, but not by much.
Delilah is transfixed on this specimen of a creature. And for anyone who's got a decent wisdom score, I guess, would see that she looks simultaneously nervous, but also kind of like she's sizing him up.
His arms are thicker than yours, even your increased state. He's not wearing much of torso armor or a shirt, but he's wearing plates that cover his legs. You see a massive sword slung over his shoulder, and he seems to be covered mostly in black or kind of rustish red scales. But in between those scales, as he's breathing, you can see almost a red fiery glow move between the scales with every breath.
Delilah will look towards the small elf that she first met and just go, is this normal for people that live in places with other people?
That other people show up? Yeah.
Well, I've never quite met people like this. Well, to be fair, I haven't met many people. You're one of very few people that I do meet. Yes, I don't really know how to introduce myself here, but hello, I'm Delilah. If you need any food, feel free to ask me, although I don't know if I have enough for some of you.
There is a happy
Oh.
bark from the boofer in the backpack.
Oh, yes, I forget. Pets usually have treats. 1 second, and you'll see that she's got quite a lot of stuff strapped to her, and she'll take off this sort of small-sized half-barrel chest that she's carrying and place it down on the ground and open up, and she'll start rummaging, going, no, not that, not that. I think a canine animal would eat something like this. And she'll pull out this quite thin bone, but it looks quite sturdy, and it's got these little dried pieces of meat hanging off of it. And she'll just go, would the canine like a snack? They seem to look quite hungry.
The dog has locked onto it with these big eyes. He's like, "Ooh."
I think that's her answer right there.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Her name's Willow, by the way. She hasn't
Willow.
been with us for She hasn't been with us for very long, but we are attempting to fatten her up. It's just obviously it's going to take some time.
Oh, is she food or pet?
Pet.
Always a good distinction to make. And as she sort of tries to reach up to hand the bone to the dog, she'll point at the elk and go, and is that one food or pet?
Oh, that
Everyone
was
in
neither
this
of those
group,
things.
everyone in the group is friend.
You
Excellent.
see
No worries. Well,
a very insulted stomp from that elk as they rear up, putting their head up high, just like, fucking, I'd like to see the bitch that tries to eat me.
oh, my
Phil's
apologies.
going to
I'm sorry.
Phil's going to look at the elk and raise an eyebrow, because I know for a damn fact that there are things that have tried to eat him
Yeah, and he's
and
still
have
here.
succeeded.
Yeah,
He had to get resummoned.
but he's still here.
Still had to be resummoned.
Shush. He's not looking at Sil.
So, if I may ask, what brings you to this edge of the forest?
They're hunting dragons. I think. Pretty sure that's what we were doing.
Yep. One specifically, but yeah.
A dragon? Oh, what kind of dragon?
We're pretty sure it's a green one, but it's been attacking some of the. It's been attacking quite a few merchant carts.
Oh,
So
a green one. Oh, and how large? How large is it a youngling or a grown one?
we don't know. Technically, there's only been one survivor thus far, and he didn't actually. It's not just the dragon. Apparently, it's also got some kobolds, and he met the business end of the kobolds. Um.
Oh,
Also,
kobold.
yeah,
Oh,
Sil's going to look at Eki and just in Elvish, which we're about to see whether or not you know Elvish. Sil is just gonna go, Eki. Different cultures eat different things. Better to ask and make sure they don't mean any harm by it.
I do not
Like,
speak
it's just
Elvish, so I do not
glare.
understand.
There. What was that, Eki?
Like he's just gonna glare at Sil.
Continuing to speak in Elvish is gonna go, I don't agree with the eating of domesticated animals, but some people do.
It's just, I think all she's gonna do is just kind of look down at the ground and just be like, "This place is horrible, horrible."
Eki, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're gonna get that even in the Shadowfell.
Mm. I mean, I've been there for over 300 years. I know some of the things you get there. You don't eat people's friends that they carry on their backs.
Except minus the fact that they wouldn't have known whether it was a friend or not. That's why they asked.
I don't even think Eki is going to respond. She's just gonna. Mhm.
Grub.
I'm sorry. I was getting seconds. What the hell did I miss? Where someone was talking about eating a domestic animal?
Do you speak Elvish?
No, I don't. But I feel like something was said earlier that must set this
It
off.
was Delilah asking whether the dog was pet or food.
Oh, fuck?
Hey,
Yeah,
that is
definitely a
that is a very due to specific cultures. That is a very valid question.
Oh, I know. I know. Raising animals for food is very common, but dog?
Anywho,
Yeah.
we're not going to get too much into that just because I know Awkok's sensitive to meat topics.
Well,
Huh?
it'll be fine.
I'm having a very
Fair,
very
but
nice
I want
time with fun.
It's fair, Akok, but I want to make sure that it doesn't go too far.
I appreciate it.
I would rather you not gag, because it's not a fun feeling. That being said, I think in this situation, Sill's gonna look at Eki, not know what to do, and just for something to do, just pops a fudge in her mouth because that's what she's been doing at this point when she's nervous or is like doesn't know what to say because stress eating. And then you're just gonna see her like eat it, realize what she's done, tilt her head back, and you'll see fire shoot out of her mouth.
DM, what time of day is it roughly?
Probably around 10, so it's pretty earlier in the day.
Delilah will, after rummaging through all of her stuff, will go, if any of you haven't eaten, I was just about to set up for breakfast. I've got some good ingredients at the moment, and would love to serve you some new recipes. If that's okay.
We've eaten breakfast as due to the fact that we've got a long journey ahead, but thank you.
No worries. This might be quite presumptuous to ask, but I have been looking to find a dragon for quite a while. A specific one, but any will do for now. Do you mind if I follow you to where this dragon is? I'd very much like to meet it. You are planning to fight this dragon, yes?
Yeah.
I would love to assist with that. I am quite capable. I know I might stumble a few times a day, but I am fairly confident in my ability to look after myself, even if I don't want to. Would that be acceptable? I'm a great chef.
I'm not opposed. That being said, I'm going to give you a warning now that if you join this party, you're gonna be biting off more than just a dragon.
Well, fighting off more than dragons is sort of what my goal is. I haven't spoken to people in I don't know what day it is, so I'm going to say about 3 months. So this is all still a little bit strange for me. Yes, no, that is fine. I would just love to meet the dragon.
Fair. And also to clarify, well, yes, we will probably end up fighting the dragon. Might be able to avoid it. Who knows? Probably not, but my hopes are not high. But, it could have a valid reason for doing what it's doing.
Still
Oh,
hear in
yes,
their head.
that is fine.
What will I hear in my head?
Why do I have the strangest feeling when she says meat, she ain't spilling it the same way we are? We would.
Still going to tilt her head? As a buff table, I'm confused. What?
MEAT versus MEET.
I feel like Delilah wants
Oh.
to distract you.
Oh.
Is that what's going on here? Does Delilah want to straight up eat the dragon?
You can see Delilah has a little, quite large now notebook, this leather-bound notebook, and she's writing in it. And she's like flipping through pages, looking at what seems to be like walls of text with titles on them on each page, with a little diagram next to each of them. And each little diagram has either what looks like a plant or a creature with a title next to it in the text. As she's sort of muttering to herself, Well, no, if it's a green one, then I might need some dairy with it. I don't know what quite counteracts that sort of thing. As she's sort of just flipping through what is essentially a recipe book.
101 ways to cook and prepare dragon.
It's not just dragons in there. It is everything you could ever conceive of eating.
Well, that
Huh.
comment makes a lot more sense now.
You know what? Once that clicks in Syl's head, Syl goes a little green in the face and gags. Just the thought of specifically eating a dragon seems to have made Syl want to vomit.
See, Delilah does go, well, I've never met a kobold before. Are they a kobold people? Because people, you can't eat people. Eating people is bad.
Kobolds are people. Kobolds are
Okay,
people.
kobolds are people, and she'll flip to like a back page with a load of words that are like species names, and there's like half of them are crossed out with the word people written next to them.
Maybe he's gonna like look over Delilah's shoulder just to see if Thrycreeds is on that list. Just hoping Thrycreeds is on that list.
Thrycreen isn't written down there. She has no idea what you are.
Timmy will make the assumption of what that list is about, and he'll say in your head, maybe put Thrycreeds on that list. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you for answering my question. I was about to ask if you are people, but thank you for answering that question. And she will write down Thrycreen.
Syl's gonna go stand next to Korvac. He's
Okay, we have met you for a total of a few minutes, and I already like you.
Oh,
absolute delight. Just absolute delight. Just Syl's in the
You are
back,
gonna
just
fit in
gagging.
so well here.
You hear a deep rumble from the large dragonborn like creature in the back. A word of advice. Don't give that one herbs. As he thumbs at Tamerlane.
While
Oh,
truthful, that is while that is truthful, that is still very rude.
You see, he just stares you down, Tamerlane.
Timmy will mention also, Delilah said, pretty much if anything you have has some sort of alchemical use, don't give it to him.
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, if even the ones that don't, he'll use anything to try and turn it into a drug. Speaking of, and still hands Tamerlane another thing of tea.
What the? I've already drank. I've been drinking this. I've been drinking this stuff for days now. And also, can I have my Abyssal Tick gels back?
No, drink it.
But I'm trying to make a poison. I'm trying to make a poison to kill the dragon.
Syl's going to pull out, is going to grab the beating stick and just fucking smack the shit out of you.
Ow! 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 Fine.
Tamerlane.
Delilah is immediately making notes, going, no herbs for Camelon. Okay, excellent. Okay, that's dietary. That's a dietary restriction. Okay, remember that.
So Tamerlane is just gonna get bland food from now on.
Yeah, you ain't getting no seasoning, no.
Oh,
Oh, the
okay.
horror.
Still is going to fan herself off, trying to get away the gag. That, okay. Alrighty. Well then, are we ready to head out?
Yes,
Yeah?
please.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna just
right.
use.
There's a old hermit that lives not too far down the river. I was gonna head that way, see if he's seen anything in the area. It can help to narrow our search area.
There, lead the way. Syl's gonna start using Corback as just like a brace as her stomach be rolling.
Maybe we'll go up to Darian and ask if they want me to take the dog back.
I think she's he above table
She,
dog. She.
Willow.
Yeah. I think she's okay there for now. Do no harm.
Darian now has a crown of cowlicks along the back of his head.
Well, all right, if you're sure. And Timmy will kind of like try to smooth out the hair on Darian's head, like, but I'm sure at this point it's just stuck like that.
Darian is completely oblivious to the fact his hair is like that.
He could be an anime character. The back's all spiky and the front's just kind of there.
God damn. God, Timmy will mutter to himself in threat. Guy's looking like goddamn Yu-Gi-Oh.
Becky wants to try and catch up to Leshi really quick.
Gotcha. Leshi hasn't left yet. He's waiting for y'all. But they are on the edge.
Oh, I was just okay. I thought we were all already walking. I just meant like as walking, kind of walk with.
Well,
them, if
yeah,
that makes
we told him to lead the way, so I assumed we're walking.
However it's going, Eki just wanted. She was just thinking. I was just thinking she would walk side by side with, and she just had a question or two for Leshi.
Fair. Leshi has taken out a map and has double checked it before furling it back up and putting it back in a scroll and slinging it over their back as they look around, take out a compass, and then take off into the woods. Not in a run, but a nice walk.
Yeah. I think she's able to catch up with them somewhat easily. And no, she's not making any eye contact with Willow. She's going to get up there and just be, Leshi, did you see the children before you left the city?
They're the ones I used to send a message.
I don't know. Did you send us a message through children?
Yeah, they left a note, I think. That's how you knew where to find me.
Oh, I didn't realize that's where Syl got the note from. I just wanted to make sure that you saw them. I think they were hoping to see you.
I didn't have much time to speak with them, but it's always good to see them.
They're nice kids.
They are. Bright, too. Take in knowledge like sponges.
Yes, they are able to get around the city very well.
Well, when it's where you have to live and you have to run to avoid the guards, it's the best place to be. Best way to know.
We tried to get our friend who speaks their language to invite them to live in a different place.
Really? You know somebody that speaks their language? I haven't even figured out that one yet. Too much of a hodgepodge.
I think she was able to, and I guess just kind of look back at like Syl or someone and be like, I don't know, was she able to?
It's these can't, and yes, Abby.
No, it's not.
I think someone mentioned Urkin can't.
That would be a better description of it. It's a unique language to them. As far as I know, it seems that each of the urchins in the main cities have their own dialect of it. At least if you find the right group.
You'll see Syl tilt her head. Is that not common with all these cans? That it's got a different dialect with whatever city you're in?
Well, the difference between it and Thieves' Cant is Thieves' Cant tends to use its whatever language it's spoken in to have an underlying message. This uses its own messaging regardless of what languages it is. It takes from a number of different languages and just kind of hodgepodges all together, at least as far as I can tell. As for its structure and whatnot, I really don't understand it yet.
Phil just looks more confused.
Did you ask them to teach you?
Yeah, but I'm not an urchin, so they don't trust me enough to teach me yet.
That makes sense. They don't trust many people.
They trust those that are safe, but not with everything.
Mm. Well, maybe when we get back to the city, they'll have made a decision.
That's a fair point. We just have to make it back safely then. Leshi gives you a big grin. Something to look forward to.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't look forward to that city. I'm trying to expand my pool.
So, where's your orphanage?
I don't have an orphanage.
Y'all are going to take in a bunch of orphans, but don't have an orphanage?
Syl and Rufus have an orphanage.
Oh,
I
fair.
don't have one.
Oh, do you know where it is?
I have seen it. I don't know how to get there.
I'll just have to draw a map for you. No worries.
Yes. Last time I talked about it, I was told I'm not supposed to say where it is.
Oh, secret orphanage. Cool.
Yeah. I guess so.
Never been to a secret orphanage. That must be quite the thing. Probably a good way to keep the kids safe, though. I suppose you'd have to have the right people. Somebody could mistreat them if nobody knows where they are.
I think he's just going to look very unhappy. Just kind of marinate on that. And then look back towards everyone. Would someone mistreat the children at the orphanage?
You mean if we take them in?
That's the only orphanage we're talking about, right?
I just wanted to
Unless you said
clarify.
unless you
In
said
that case,
someone could mistreat them.
there are orphanages that do not take care of the children. I would suspect that back at Neverwinter would have one such orphanage. With how rampantly they distrust the guards. That being said, I don't take kindly to people mistreating children. So, if they were to attempt to abuse them, still holds up her mace. And you can get the distinct feeling that if anyone were to harm those children under her care, she's going to beat a motherfucker.
I know Rufus likes kids. He has a band with them.
And Rufus would hurt anyone who tried to hurt those kids.
Rufus is mad at us right now, though.
Rufus would be mad at us, honestly. Nope, that's word vomit. Rufus would still fight to defend even when upset at us. And he's not technically mad at us specifically. More so, he's upset at the situation.
Darian was about to say something. Sorry. Please.
Yes. I
The
can
old
assure
man.
you as hey, he's not that old. As the guardian of the Whispering Wood, I can assure you that no harm would ever come to these children. You have my word on that.
I
An
think Ecky's
interesting
gonna look
name
at you
for
and say,
a orphanage.
It's surrounded by
Ecky's
trees.
gonna
It
look
seemed
at you.
appropriate.
What was
You're
that
not
from Mickey?
supposed to say where it is. I was gonna say, Ecky's gonna look. You're not supposed to say where it is. Sil got mad at me last time.
I just said the name.
Just don't say where it is because you're not supposed to have people know because it upsets you, and then Sil gets mad at people because it's not a secret.
You guys run an orphanage?
See, it's turning into one. It's a
This
multi-utility place of residence. Let's say that.
is the most political way to say that. I love that. Yeah. I think Ecky would also just say the city we came from, the guards beat the children and take their money. So we thought a better place would not be there.
Oh, I'd agree with that. You should never be taking things off of children. Children should be taking from the adults. That's how it works.
And that's what got him into trouble in the first place.
Children got in trouble for taking things.
Yeah.
Without permission.
Sometimes they'd steal, sometimes they'd work, but for a lot of the guards in that area, people would complain. They'd have to deal with it, and some of them were worse dealing with the urchins there. So things got a little bad as the kids ran raids on the guard, and there's just a lot of bad blood between the two.
Your way of raising children is quite strange.
It's not really raising. After they burned down the orphanage, well, the guards don't like him all that much.
Who burnt down the orphanage?
The urchins. And that was shortly after
And
the old matron was murdered.
and why did they burn it down?
As I understand it, mistreatment. And with the matron gone and most of them having to disappear, well, I think they didn't want to deal with another matron like them, like the last one. So they burnt the place down. There was a lot of money laundering going in there as well.
So it was one person looking after these children.
Matron was the one at the head. Not entirely sure what happened to the rest.
But that is very strange. I've never really known. Just one or two people looking after children. That's very weird to me.
Well, from the sounds of it, they weren't being taken care of very well.
Well,
No.
if they burnt down the building, then it seems something was wrong.
No, don't get me wrong, it wasn't the kids that killed her, at least not as far as I know, but once she was dead, they were worried about something or other, and they decided to bring it down in a blaze and disappear into the streets. At least that's how I've understood it.
What were they worried about?
I'm not entirely sure. My best guess is that somebody like the original matron would come, and they'd be in the same situation all over again. There were rumors that some of them got sold into slavery, but nothing substantial, at least not that I know of.
Oh my God. Ecky is going
Ecky?
to seriously go over
Ecky?
at Timmy and be like, Timmy, is my sample size growing enough for you? So angry looking. Is the sample pool getting big enough?
I can't really say I have a lot of experience with this kind of stuff. I mean, I was adopted, but I can't say it was this is some upsetting information. I'll give you that right now.
Hmm.
Ecky? Phil's gonna put a hand on your shoulder. I promise
Oh,
you.
Ecky is so tense.
Ecky? When we find out who hurt those children, if there are any still alive, you can come help me absolutely obliterate them. Okay?
Pretty
Remedy
sure.
that situation.
Pretty sure just yesterday I was told that I'm not allowed to hit people back who kick dogs or hit children. So
Who told you that?
Willow did.
Willow is traumatized, and traumatized victims normally follow what they were taught.
From the sounds of it, it sounds like Willow has God, what was the name of that syndrome? Uh,
Stockholm.
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah.
So, no, if you're seeing someone, here's the thing, is that some dogs, like people, are rabid, and unfortunately you do have to hit them because otherwise they will kill you. We tried to avoid it, but there's that. But if you see someone that is actively beating on a dog that has done nothing wrong, you are very so much allowed to beat them back, Eki. I will not stop you. In fact, I will hand you your weapon.
I'd probably help.
Agreed.
Oh, I agree. You should never touch other people's pets or food without permission. And if they do, you get to punch them in the face.
This place is confusing.
Yes, it is. It turns out all of you only have like one or two people that look after you as you're growing up. That is very weird.
Here's the thing:
It just
in most orphanages, there should be more than the matron is just the one that is the base. Think of it like the tribal leader. They're the
Oh,
ones that make things. They're supposed to be the ones that make sure things run smoothly. But there are people that work under the matron. If you have a corrupt matron, well, the whole system's fucked.
They
One
did
of those
head.
things you have.
in
They
my village, everyone raises all of the kids. No one knows who their birthers are. It's just everyone pitches in, and people sleep where they want and go where they want, and there's a big for all of the children. And they get to a certain age, but everyone pitches in. So it's very strange.
they did have a teacher. They disappeared in a couple weeks before issues really started to go downhill with the matron, and the matron died not long after that. Things went downhill
A
very
teacher?
quickly at that orphanage. At least that's what I heard. Yeah,
What do you know about the teacher?
not much. That they were kind to her, the kids. And they're the reason they're as whip smart as they are now.
So it sounds like something happened. Mm.
So when
We really need to just. We need to deal with this dragon. Then we need to go deal with the serial killer. Then we need to go deal with the. And after that, we need to go deal with the civil uprising in Leshi.
Oh, the shit we gotta deal with, huh?
Granted, though, after we deal with the uprising in Leshi, that should give us a little bit more political power. And I might just go raise a city.
Wait, raise as in lift up, or raise as in burn down? The context there is very important.
The context is that you should be good to children.
Fair. Yeah, it sounds like this. I'm glad it was just abandoned.
you guys sound very busy,
That's a lot to be doing. I've never
We're
been that.
very, very, very busy. That being, that being said, looks at Darian. Darian. You will see still look at her arm, and you get the very distinct feeling that she's contemplating how many more adoption bonds she can create and actually sustain.
I know what you're thinking, Sylvanas, and the answer is none. Not on my watch.
It's an adoption bond. It shouldn't be that terrible.
I think you have enough bonds already, don't you?
You never have too many children, as long as you know how to take care of them.
Agreed.
I can't say they're personally for me, but in the context of looking after them as a whole, I can agree on that one.
Besides, I only have one adoption bond. After we deal with all this, I should be fine to hold a few more.
I do not think the answer in that city with all the orphans is trying to adopt a few by a bond. I think there's a bigger answer.
Oh, I don't mean a few. Eki, I'm not even having people roll insight at this point. You have a very distinct feeling that Syl is trying to figure out just how many bonds that she can realistically hold and is still planning to tear down the whole system and rebuild it.
We're gonna conquer the world for the children.
Pretty much.
I don't.
And when 10 people tell you to go to hell, you can just tell them, we just got back.
Um, yeah, Eki would probably just say to Syl, I don't think what I'm saying is making sense in the way you need it. I don't think that continuing to bond yourself to others is the way to fix this problem. It can only help a few. There's only so much you can bond yourself before you don't have anything left to give, and then you die and they're left alone. And I don't know if your queen brings you back when you die like mine does. So you can't just give all of yourself to the few. You have to find a way to fix it for everyone.
Oh, I'm doing the calculations, Eki. I know I can't physically adopt them all.
And what do you say to the ones that you leave behind? You weren't good enough to come with me?
Oh, no, I'm taking them too.
But you can only adopt so many of them. So what about the ones you can adopt? They
I
have
can
to
only
accept because
magically
they're not
adopt
wanted?
so many. I can only magically adopt so many.
Yes, but the ones you don't magically adopt, do you tell them what they've been told before, that they're just not wanted enough?
Still looks slightly, not even slightly, still looks insulted.
Becky's totally unfazed. She is fully convinced that she is correct in the fact that by Buff Table, by Syl doing that, she's going to repeat the system that these kids have been in, that there's only so many that can be loved and the others just have to be left alone. And she'd probably say, also, I don't think you're taking into account that they all have their own minds and voices to speak with. We met the few that we met, and Damien is more capable than many of us here. And he's, 13 or 14 years old, and he's completely capable. I think that to try and
Ec-
make a bond of adoption with them, it might offend them more than it does help them.
Phil shakes her head. Eki, you can't do adoption bonds like what I have if the child isn't willing.
I think from the way I was raised, we all raised in a community and worked together. And that was how we lived our lives. There was no specific anyone adopted or cared just for anyone. We all took care of each other because it's different there and you have to care for each other. And people are supposed to have their own voices and say in things. And I just think that it's something that maybe planning to adopt more won't fix anything.
Eki, you're not listening to me.
I
You
I
cannot.
am. I just,
No, because I have told you, you cannot do an adoption bond if the child is not willing. I know that I cannot adopt all of them. The ones that want to be adopted, I will do my best to step up for. That being said, I fully intend to make sure that the system that is causing them harm is torn down and put replaced with a system that raises them correctly.
so I hear what you're saying and I understand how your bond works. I think you don't like my thoughts on it is why you're saying it the way you're saying it now is you don't like what I'm saying back. And I think that you want to do that, you should, and I support that. But I think that you have to remember they all have their voices. And I don't know if approaching them and saying, I would like to give you the option to be adopted is the way to give the kids we met their voices back. Because talking with them, they don't seem to think that that is how their voices work.
Syl is going to take a deep breath and shake her head. I'm almost, Eki, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't know where the disconnect is. I feel like we're saying the same thing.
Maybe we are. I just think they already have their family with each other and they just want people to hear them and care about them as they are.
Yes. We agree on that.
Like she's just gonna nod her head and be like, okay, we agree.
Put it above table. Still is confused because what you're telling her that she shouldn't be doing is literally what she's telling you she's not going to do.
I can above table probably explain it better. Eki
Okay.
believes that if you offer to adopt anyone that you're trying to break up an established family because she believes all of the urchins are already a family since she was raised in a community where everyone was family. So if you
Okay.
offer to adopt them, you're trying to break up their family, is why she thinks
Okay.
you're trying to take their voices away. Like you offering to adopt them means that
Yes,
you're trying to break
no.
up the
And
family
that
they
okay.
already have, is what she's
Yes,
trying to tell
okay.
you.
I'm like, there has to be some kind of communication error because I was
Yeah.
so confused.
I won't
No.
lie, it's sometimes hard to communicate as Eki because the way she sees
Yeah.
things is different.
Yeah, which is I was like, okay, I'm like as the player, I'm like, I need clarification because Syl's
I
not
get it.
going to just offer it to a random urchin. Basically, the bond that she has, the child has to trust you and already see you as their parent.
Mhm.
The bond
Makes
that,
sense.
not that obvious in above table, still didn't offer the bond she has. The child asked for it.
That makes sense.
So,
Oh no, that's what Ecky's trying to
So,
say. If that
yeah,
makes more
so-
sense, she thinks that community
yeah.
is family, and so they're a family already, and you offering to them, it means that you're trying to break their family up. That's why it doesn't
Yeah,
click with
okay.
her. Like they're already a
Okay.
family. So
Yeah. So in that case, for expedited sake, having that cleared up, Phil will explain that the urchin is actually the one that has to make the offer in order for it to work.
all right,
So
Ecky would just kind of nod, be like, that makes more sense.
not done.
How's the
yeah.
rest of the party dealing with all this going on?
It just puts hand in plate.
Maybe it's just listening to all this and thanking the gods above and below that his adoptive father didn't give any near this much headache. It was just he found an egg in the desert and raised it. That's it. There wasn't more bullshit.
Delilah's probably going to go over to Timmy and just go, are all other sort of families, cultures like this strange? This seems very complicated.
Timmy will
Not
respond.
really.
Oh, did you say Tamlin or Timmy?
Timmy.
Timmy will respond in your head. I honestly can't. I have no experience over this. I was raised by a giant.
A giant. Oh, that's very interesting. I've met a few of them. Only I believe a couple hill giants and a few stone giants. I saw a fire giant way off in the distance once. That was very exciting. What was your the parents' heritage?
Oh, he was a fire giant.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Yep. He found me as an egg as he was just wandering around the desert one day.
And are your people usually raised by giants, or are your people usually raised by your people?
Well, typically it's a community. It's a raised by a community kind of thing. You know, it's a tribe. Everyone and we're born in clutches. You know,
Yeah.
but my egg got left behind by accident, and yeah, he found me. He has no idea how the hell I survived though. Desert Sun should have baked me alive, but it didn't. So he raised me. And once I was good and matured, after about a year and a half, he sent me off to go find more of my own kind.
Wonderful. That's everyone needs a purpose. That's a good purpose. Finding things.
I wonder how Thorin is doing. I should go visit him one day when when I have the time.
And do you know where they are? Your adoptive and non-adoptive families?
Well, I know where my clan is. They're in the desert somewhere. I'll probably have to wander to look for them. They're nomadic, of course. As for Thorin, I'm not sure really. He probably is in the same spot. They don't really move around that much. I think he found me when he was just bored.
And if I'm going to be travelling with you all, I do have to ask. Is there anything in specific that people can't eat? I want to make sure that I'm writing a book. You see, I'm just trying to write a book for people who travel like me, so that they can best get good recipes out of nature. Is there anything people can't eat in this group? I don't know if I accidentally feed you a seed, you might explode. I have seen that happen before. It wasn't pleasant.
I mean, I can pretty much eat whatever. I don't think I've ever found anything that disagrees with me. I don't know about the rest of the party. We've eaten together a couple times, but just breakfast foods and some meat skewers, stuff like that.
Excellent. So everyone's a meat eater. Wonderful. Understood. And she's writing down like names and notes next to each person's name on what they can and can't eat.
And just forewarning, maybe don't suggest eating things that are universally considered cute. Just putting that out there.
What about rabbits?
No, you see that right there. That's where the logic fails a little bit. Yeah, rabbits are cute, but they're also delicious.
What about horses?
I would prefer not. Yeah, don't eat horse. Just a preference. They're good. They're
Alright.
good, smart animals. You know.
Right about
Hey,
this
pretty much-
time, Delilah, you get hit in the side of the shell by something small.
Does it seem like it hit me or fell onto me?
Oh no, it definitely hit you. It didn't hurt or anything, but it definitely hit you.
Well, I will grab a shell and make one of a glass trinket's got hit and show. What blazes was that? She got hit by something.
Did it come in a direction that Timmy would see?
No.
Oh no.
What, throwing things at me? Might be attacked by squirrels again.
As another acorn hits you on the shoulder.
Do squirrels typically attack you?
And
Not
then one
typically.
hits Tamerlane.
Tamerlane or Timmy?
Tamerlane.
Blue. You've been smacked by an acorn.
The hell was that?
As you're
Are we
speaking,
under-
another one flies into Tamerlane's mouth. As they were trying to throw it at his face, but he was speaking.
Do I see where this thing is where I see this coming from?
Oh yeah, you look up and you see a very familiar looking squirrel.
You. I cast Firebolt.
You just casting
Roll to hit.
firebolt at the tree.
Oh no, I know what this fucking squirrel is. It's vengeance time.
You started it the first time.
I didn't do anything. That was that was our grung that we used to have who started it.
It wasn't even the grog, it was the
You mean
ranger.
the poor? Is this the poor squirrel that Eki and Timmy ran into that was so unhappy because people had been mean to it?
That they had murdered
Tamerlane.
their husband.
I didn't do anything. I literally did nothing during that engagement.
But you were there.
Terrible.
But yeah, that squirrel.
You
Oh wait, no. Wait, I just realized I don't have Firebolt in this character. Okay, I cast Lightning Lure.
You are just.
yeah,
you-
the moment that fucking Tamerlane starts to cast something, Sill's going to try to stop him. I can't mechanically stop him, but I am like attempting to like fuck up his aim. And go, Tamerlane, what the fuck
Can
are you
Eki
doing?
Can Eki throw her warhammer at Tamerlane?
Oh yeah, as you'll see the squirrel fry.
Well,
Can't say
Did you
that
say
it's a squirrel.
fry? Like
He just hit it with lightning. It fried. It's a squirrel.
Eki is gonna walk up and just freaking whack Tamerlane upside the head with her damn warhammer.
Oh, what?
I was gonna try and save the squirrel.
Oh, it's already
Ow!
dead.
I will say it's gonna be.
for?
well,
yeah, I'm
goddamn.
sure. Wait,
What the hell is that for?
He's gonna look right at Tamerlane and just say, I was just told that if somebody hurts animals who aren't supposed to be getting hit, I them back. You are lucky I didn't do something a lot meaner than that.
Yeah. So why did you hit me?
You just killed a squirrel.
Yeah, the one who has attacked us multiple times.
Tamerlane,
It
what are you talking
is
about?
a squirrel.
I talk about how during like our initial attempt to scout out the dragon and the former ranger we had in the party, how that squirrel kind of went out and trying to like attacked us and alerted the kobold and alerted like the enemy to our presence, so we had to run. Same fucking squirrel.
That squirrel that squirrel got sniped. That squirrel's very dead.
CC,
Timmy
check,
does start looking
check
around
roll
for-
20.
Oh yeah. As you'll see, Syl has been picked up by the back of their armor. No.
Eki is seriously thinking about burning her Revivify diamond on a squirrel right now.
You quite literally see that still has the revivified diamond in hand and is trying to get out of Korvak's arms.
Look, if the creature didn't want to die, it needs to stop provoking the enemy.
Timmy is actively looking for a stick big enough to whack Tamerlane's insanity out of him.
Do it,
I was
Akok.
gonna say, yeah.
Do it. Bring back the
Korvac
squirrel.
might. I'm gonna say Korvac might honestly have to hold Eki back because she's really torn between bringing back this squirrel or killing Tamerlane right now. It's a big torn between.
Korvac doesn't
Um,
know to
Still-
watch you. He knows to watch Syl.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Eki is really close to using like just something seriously lethal on Tamerlane. Just
It would be
she's
just
gonna look at Tamerlane. She is going to look at Tamerlane and be like, I want you to know it's your decision needed to be done. And if you ever die in a fight, I will not bring you back. And she's going to burn her Revivify diamond on the squirrel.
Amazing.
you do the right thing, and you still get punished for
And
it.
she is going
Great.
to interrupt you and say, if you continue talking, I will pump your body full of so much necrotic energy. There will never be a drug that makes you feel better again in all of your existence.
Delilah quickly changes a note in her book from squirrels equals food to squirrel equals not food.
I eat a squirrel this far, it equals pain.
Yeah. Please tell me that the squirrel comes back.
Revivify only work on the people.
No, it's a creature, so it still works. It works because here's the shitty thing about Revivify is that it doesn't matter if the creature is willing or not.
So you just spent a 300 gold diamond to revive a squirrel. Granted, I understand because it's a squirrel that was killed for nothing but more than tossing acorns at Tamerlane. But still, that's a lot of money down the drain.
Thank you for
It's
Spell
justifying my
points,
case.
too.
Thank you for justifying my case.
Oh,
You will see that it still also has a Revivify diamond in hand.
Why are you
Granted,
people trying
currently
to?
in the yeah.
Why are
She's in
you
the
people
air
trying to
cave.
revive? What? Tamerlane is about to say something, but realizes that his logic isn't going to solve the situation, so he's just like, remains quiet.
If you look at Timmy, he's currently
I
swinging
need
what looks
to take a minute.
basically a wood pillar.
We broke the deal.
Right?
Give me 5 minutes.
I would say at this point, I just feel like at this point, since we're taking a break, I feel like in this moment, Blue is lucky that we don't do like actual PvP things because Eki probably would have just grabbed you and just hit you with inflict wounds so hard right then and there. Just boom. Just so mad at you.
Give me a minute. We'll be
Eh.
back. 5 minutes.
You're
Okay.
Alrighty, we are back. I had to take a minute to deal with that whole thing. As you'll see, Eki cast the Revivify spell on this tiny, tiny creature. You see its body start to twitch as its soul comes back, but you see a lot of the damage has still been done to this squirrel, as the burn marks from where the lightning scorched through its body. You see it starts to shift a little bit under the effects of the magic, leaving these purple stripes throughout the squirrel's body as it opens its eyes again and cracks its fingers. Thank you. You are a bitch! As it points at Tamerlane. Speaking in
He says,
common.
yes. Yes, he is. He is
Squirrel's
one.
talking.
Okay, I will say this: if you don't want to get hit, if you don't want to be attacked, don't just randomly attack things.
Randomly attack. You were part of the group that murdered my husband and left my children for dead.
That was their fault. I did literally nothing.
Yet you still assisted. I have lost 3 babies because of you. I've already killed the other 2. But now you are off making problems.
We are literally just walking through the forest.
Yes.
Again,
And I have not heard an apology from you. No, I'm just gonna shoot the squirrel. It's not like I can use voices. Oh,
Then
I
how
can
are
use
you
voices.
talking right now?
Why am I talking? That is a very good call. What did you do to me?
That wasn't me.
I just brought you back.
Thank
He
you.
killed you, and so I brought you back.
I thank you, good lady. You, she points at Tamerlane, fuck you.
You attacked
Can I
us.
just look at Still?
I
Sorry,
mean,
go
you
ahead.
can look at still. I am currently dangling in Corback's arms.
Look, you attacked
still
me.
look at-
You died. You came back. We're even.
Hang on, Blue.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So can you help? We can maybe do a medicine check and see if we can help them heal a bit.
I would love to look at Corback. Would you put me down now?
No. As Eki, you can see even from where you're standing, while it does now have these purple marks around its body, they are moving absolutely fine. It doesn't look like they're injured. It looks like their Revivify went off well. You're not entirely sure what else has happened, but physically they look fine.
Okay, then Neki, we'll just ask real quick. Are you healthy now that you're back?
I think so. Unprovoked. You little motherfucker. You killed my family.
Again, that wasn't me. That was the other 2. I only showed up right when they were causing this stuff, and I got them out, and we had to leave.
And now you've murdered me.
For that, I do apologize. You started it, though.
They throw another acorn at you.
Tamerlane, what did I say about ask questions first and then shoot? And Corback, why will you not put me down?
You're going
That's
to
like-
do something. So he's keeping you off the ground for the moment. He's going to let Eki handle this, because you still have points of exhaustion.
Still's gonna put the revivified diamond away and just out. And then looks at the squirrel and goes, well, if you would like to come up here, as I'm not being let down, I can give you a checkup and make sure that there's nothing lingering. Minus the fact that you can now speak common.
You see they pat themselves down. All seems fine. Also, I can do this as they open up their little paw and you see little sparks of purple lightning appear in their hand.
What the?
They then look at Tamerlane.
Oh, cool. The squirrel has lightning powers now.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
Becky, what did you do to the squirrel? I don't remember. I don't think it was magic before you brought it back.
Becky
Eki,
is
did you
not
just
even going to turn and look at Tamerlane because she's so mad at him. She's just even more tense when he speaks and looks at the scroll and is like, I told him while you were dead that if he ever dies in a fight, I won't bring him back, and I will tackle Syl now to stop her from bringing him back. So when he dies forever.
I'm getting the final blow as the squirrel then charges Tamerlane.
Eki wants to grab the squirrel and stop the squirrel from charging Tamerlane.
It's not hard.
And look at it and say, friend, I know, but violence meeting with violence doesn't always work. And even though you are very powerful, I can tell with your lightning and that you speak common, I do not think you will win in a fight against him right now.
Roll me persuasion.
Excuse me. Persuasion. How persuasive am I? Not at all. So this is going to go great. Oh, wow. I
Hey.
have a
They
nice
sigh.
one, so that actually did go very well.
You look like a good person. Will you help keep an eye on this fool? Make sure he doesn't murder anyone else's family? All 12 of my children have passed because of him.
I really don't like this world. Ugh. Yes, I will keep an eye on him, and if I have to beat him to death myself, I will do it.
Nod, as they twist in your hand, jump up on your wrist, run up your arm, and go and sit on your shoulder.
Are you coming with us?
I have to keep an eye on him. As I said, I will be getting the final blow.
I respect that. Do you have a name?
I don't know.
What
Do
would you like to
have
be
something?
called?
Yeah. That's what Eki was going to ask. Same thing Syl did. Same mind.
I do not know. What would the name of a creature like me be? For I am not as I was.
Timmy will say, Syl said, we could name them after a famous storm giant. My storm giantess, my adopted father told me about.
Syl looks at Timmy and goes, "What was its name?"
What was the name of that storm giant? 1 second. That's
Also, CC Darian's using divine sense.
Yeah, he doesn't pick up on anything.
I want to see if he's
I
evil.
have a very sneaking suspicion Eki just became the squirrel's fucking patron.
I honestly, above table, I thought this was because Tamerlane hit it with something. Is the whole time what I've been thinking.
Oh my
Just
god,
la,
the squirrel
what
is
I've been
so
thinking.
cute. You guys look at artwork. It's got art. It's a legitimate NPC now.
We need to get
I
we need
love
to
it.
get a sword as soon as possible. Because I only have a sewing kit.
No, but I have an extra dagger.
It looks like it's wielding it looks like it's wielding a sharpened metal toothpick.
That's why I said sewing kit.
Continuing
But
on.
what was the name of it? We could call it like Ymira or something.
I call it Osiris. Like you would tell him, there is a god I read about that came back, that brought people back to life, and they mean the symbol of being reborn. They were called Osiris.
That's fine by me.
As they're just watching Tamerlane.
We might have to figure out why you came back the way you did. If you want to know, you have no children anymore.
I have come back to avenge my family. Today is not the day, but one day I will be the last thing you see.
How can you avenge it on the people who you already killed?
I do not know, but I am back. And
Look,
Tamerlane,
if you want,
Minos, I will see you dead.
I just look at the squirrel and say, Look, if you want, look, you can. I did nothing to your children or your family. You cannot seek vengeance for that. If you want vengeance for me killing you, then that's perfectly fine. But at least get your vengeances straight.
You have led to the death of many, and you will have to face that justice.
Hmm. She
He
has
then
a
kind of
point.
starts like thinking and counting as like, what do you mean? I've only killed like a couple thousand people.
Wait, what?
What, I had a busy
So,
life.
Darian,
What, I had a busy life in the actual sea.
Becky is just gonna still, Darian, you said Tamerlane was a good person.
I mean, he certainly has his
He's-
moments.
Put it this way, Eki. Tamerlane, cover your ears so that you can't hear for a moment, please.
Okay, he covers his ears.
Timmy walks
Eki,
up behind you and collapses his big ass hands over your head too, because he really can't hear shit.
Eki, I don't know who or what, but Tamerlane's been drugged to basically an inch of his life for God knows how long. He is not in his right mind. To be quite honest, there's a reason that I am trying to flush his system of drugs. When we figured this out, he was basically got smacked under some version of the feeble mind spell. And it basically put him back into the drug-induced haze. So, I am going on the assumption that due to he is a friend of Galen's, that he is a good person. We just need to figure out who the fuck drugged him.
So, he hasn't killed thousands of people.
I doubt it.
It sounds like a lot of effort, to be honest. And he doesn't seem like the go-getting type.
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure it was just a drug-induced haze. Someone wants him to think that he's killed a lot of people.
Mm. I still support our new friend that when it's Tamerlane's time to die, they can do the last blow.
That is totally fine. I am not going to get speaking that he killed her husband. I am not going to get in the way of that.
All right. Then I won't
Yeah,
kill Tamerlane right now.
just more of an explanation of why we still put up with him.
Hmm.
I can't blame someone that's quite literally been kidnapped and drugged. I just am undoing the drugging.
Keki is going to look at Delilah and say, if we're ever in a point that there's no food and you're very hungry, please eat Tamerlane before the squirrel or me.
Oh, hmm. Oh, I wonder what he would go well with. No, I've been told that I'm not even allowed to eat them. Damn it. So many rules for all of you.
It is a weird place to be.
Yes, I've never really explored the mainland, so it's been very interesting to learn about people, and all the wonderful food you have on these lands. It's wonderful.
Where you're from, do you pick animals and that's how you name them, by kicking them or exploding possums in trash cans?
No, we love animals. We mostly just eat things that come to attack us. The only animals we really hunt for food are like fish. It's a lot of fish, but mostly it's just whatever attacks us, we would eat.
And you don't steal or hit children?
Oh no, that's a very easy way to get yourself thrown into the steam pits.
I would like to go and see where you are from one day.
Oh, well, yes, yes, it is beautiful there. Be more than happy to take you sometimes, maybe. You can
I
see
like that idea.
she looks like she's very much like, oh, that would be very nice if it existed anymore. That's
Oh
the
no,
sort of.
that's so sad. Above table, Ecky's just never gonna find a good place in this world. She's gonna. I also don't think she would catch your sad, like what the sad face means, if that makes sense. She'd probably just think you miss home. She'd be like, yes,
I can't.
sounds like a lovely place to go.
Above table, I can't even defend Phil's home plane.
I think the only nice place you'll have been was Silvery Moon, and you'll drop it into hell.
Oh,
It's not our
right.
fault. That
Yeah,
was a
we didn't
lich.
do that.
I don't take the blame for that one.
Oh man. Is Leshi
I
still leading us, by the way? While after now, are we back on the move again now that we have
Yeah,
a
you'll
squirrel
been on the
friend?
move. Yeah.
I am going to look. Still is going to look up at at Korvac and go. If you're going to continue to carry me, can you at least carry me by my hip? My armor is digging into my armpits.
You are now a shoulder cell. As you have just been put on his shoulder.
Korvac, I can make you a Bjorn like I made for Willow that you can put Scylla on your back.
It
I am
is all
not.
right.
I am not a child. I have two perfectly working legs.
You damn look like a child.
A voice just kind of comes from the forest.
What was that?
You damn well look like a child.
I am 31 years old.
Definitely a child.
Above. I am a half elf. That is not child.
No, you still a child. You have not seen what is to come.
Who are you talking to?
As y'all are looking around, y'all don't know when he got there, but there is an old, hunched man with really wrinkly skin, a gnarled staff, and these ragged blue robes, and this really long white beard and pointed ears.
How long has this guy been here?
I've been here longer than you've been alive, 13.
Okay, so he can hear, he can understand me apparently without me talking.
Of course I can. You speak with the ways of the lost, and you speak very loudly, so shush. Lower your voice.
Is this another one of your friends?
I don't know this one.
You see they tap your shell.
What are you doing here? You are far, far, and farther north than you should be. Are you lost, Turtle?
Well, if lost means that you don't know where you're going, then yes. But I've never really known where I'm going. I just sort of go in a direction.
Lost as a child? You never know where to go. Such foolishness. You should figure that out. But you have time to do it. So much time.
You said this is a man, by the way?
Uh-huh.
Aki just wants to look and say, do you know a very angry woman who owns a weird bookstore that keeps books on drugs and people in there, and she yells at you until you eat cookies?
I've met a person like that, yes. I once called her my wife, but it's been too long. I don't know if she's alive.
She is alive, and you both are very similar in the way you speak to people. We were in her bookstore recently. Leshi brought us there to get a map.
Well, it's good she got out of the abyss after she pushed me in. Bitch.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah. Once you live for thousands upon thousands of years with somebody, pushing somebody into the abyss isn't all that much. Gets rid of them for a couple of centuries.
I don't want to go in another bookstore with people living in books in it. Last time we did that, I think Syl almost died, and a book tried to do drugs with Tamerlane.
Best kind of books, the ones with drugs. But I do not have a bookstore, so you don't have to worry about that. Now what are you doing in front of my house?
Do we see a house?
No.
Didn't know this was your house.
Slightly confused then.
Not knowing doesn't excuse it. You're still on my lawn.
Are you the one that Leshi was telling us to come talk to you about where to find the dragon?
Oh, you're looking for a dragon? Which dragon are you looking for? Looks like you already have one of your own.
Yes, we do have a Korvac.
What's a
That being
Korvac?
said, Pat's Korvac's head.
I see.
Granted, he is only the half dragon, and we're looking for a full dragon. The green one that's been attacking the merchant cart.
Green
We
one.
think it's green.
I don't know anything about green dragons, but I haven't seen any dragons. There was once a black one that was in the area, but it is long since hibernated, gone into the great sleep.
Above table, black ones also do poison, right?
Yes, they do.
I think black is acid. Isn't black
Uh,
acid?
yeah, acid, I think.
Acid poison, yeah.
Okay. Do you know anything about the merchant carts that have been attacked recently?
Haven't heard anything. There's been attacks around the area, though. I don't think there's been any merchants this far north, though. But old Willow Eye is long since sleeping. He has not awoken. We would know if he did.
There, Leshi, is this the person that we were supposed to speak to?
Yes. And no, I didn't know he was married. What you say, Sonny? Nothing.
Okay. So, Leshi, it would appear that the rumors were false in the fact that he would be able to give us information?
Oh, I can give you a lot of information. But if you're looking for old Willow Eye, he hasn't moved. He's still a mountain.
We're not looking for a sleeping dragon. We're looking for one with kobolds that are currently murdering people.
Ah, so maybe you're looking for that old Sonny. The one that's working with the weird one. Oh, I thought I saw somebody moving in. But Belioth is an old fool, and he knows to stay away.
Oh.
Then where might that area be?
Which area?
The one with
When-
the said they moved in.
I'm not sure. You'd need to go talk to old Beardy. He knows the woods better than anyone else, even me.
Where can we find them?
At the old
Also-
circle.
Where's that?
If you keep loading into the woods, you should be able to find it. Every path leads to the circle. Especially
Okay.
when you need it.
There. Next question. Have you seen Belioth recently?
No, and he best stay away, the old whelp. He's still too young to be dealing with me.
That's terrifying, speaking that he's literally eaten a son.
No,
Okay.
that's his mother. But now that he's waking her
Okay.
up, that's a whole nother issue. If old Sun Eater wakes up, oh, that's going to be a problem.
Well, at least we now have confirmation that he's the son of the Sun Eater. I just got a question.
Don't you always?
Yes, I'm chock full of them. But you know Belioth. Does he have any kids?
I think he might. I think he had a trio of triplets. Or is it just triplets? I don't remember. There's at least 3 of them.
Was one a girl? A daughter?
I don't know. Didn't meet them after my time.
Fair, but that's important. It's still important information.
Well, if he did, I would imagine there'd be at least one of each gender if there were 3 of them. That's just how things broke down in those days. Everything was balanced. But now nothing is. It's all willy-wally. Even Waldo's been wandering about. And he should have gotten lost years ago. Striped bastard. He still owes me a new hat.
Okay. Well, if you have any other information on Belioth, it would be greatly appreciated.
He fucking doesn't like salt.
He doesn't like salt? What kind of monster is he?
One that eats fire. Apparently it pops.
Oh, yeah, well, that actually makes perfect sense.
Well, okay, so when we run into him again, I'll throw salt at him.
I do not think that has the effect you think it has.
No, but it would make me feel better.
Fair. He is a bit of a slug, isn't he?
Put it this way. An old companion that has since been arrested and has broken out of prison, released him. And while he was possessing said person's body, ended up shooting one of my friends. So, I'm a bit irritated with him.
That's always how it... You there! What are you doing out and about? I could have sworn we left you in a box. As he's suddenly looked around Syl to stare at Darian.
It looks at Darian?
I'm sorry, sir. Did you say a box?
Yes, I very well remember leaving you in a box. And when did you get tall? He walks over and hits your shin with the staff. You're harder than I remember too.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure we've met before.
Oh, you've already forgotten me, you old hag. Well, better for you. I haven't forgotten the stupid shit you've gotten up to. Whack! Hit you upside the shin again.
Ow, my shins. Do you just to confirm some things? Do you know the name of the person you think I might be?
Oh, I don't remember. It's been years. You just remind me you are a cunt. Whack!
Oh. Just a note, sir. You are the one hitting me with the stick right now.
Yes, and you had thousands dead before we got you in that damned box. Whack! You deserve a few whacking.
Darian, who did you make a fucking pact with? I'm gonna jump off of Korvac's shoulders.
Yay! Yay! Someone else is getting in trouble. Tamerlan cheers.
What the hell is going on?
Logs. Our paladin made a deal with something, and we're now finding out what it is. Hopefully.
But Syl's gonna jump off of Corback's shoulder. Do I need fucking
He
Corback?
catches
Like
you and
13.
puts you down.
Fair. I was just gonna say, it's like he's either gonna catch me or I'm gonna take fall damage because that's 13 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. One, I'm gonna smack Tamerlane with the beating stick on my way over. I'm gonna go to Darian, and then I'm
Drive by
gonna look at
Tamerlane beating.
yeah, and then I'm going to go. As much as he deserves to be smacked for this,
Yee! I
I
thought he had tits.
don't.
Did you lose them already?
I'm almost positive that you sense whoever his patron's magic is on him, not the actual person.
Lay him
Darian's
down
human.
here.
He says to Darian,
So what did he say? Sorry, I didn't understand that.
lean down here.
Oh. Darren's tepidly going to lean towards him.
You see, he looks up with you through these you can't really see his eyes all that well. His brows have sunken down to mostly cover them, but you can see this strange glittering coming from inside what you can see of his eyes as he's looking at you over.
You're taller than I remember. More solid. And your knees don't sound right. You lost your damn tits, too. Maybe you are someone else. You smell wrong, though. I can spell that damn box. Damn near took my fingers putting you in there.
I think you may be speaking about somebody that I'm a close acquaintance of.
Don't fucking trust her. She's gonna get into all kinds of troubles if she gets out of that box.
Do you mind telling me a little bit more about what she's done in the past?
I don't remember. It's been too bloody long. I just remember there was a lot of blood.
I see.
And
do
she'll
you know
have a
how-
vendetta. The people who
And do you-
rose up against her burned down her kingdom. Queendom? I don't fucking know. Monarchy? Perhaps an empire? I don't remember. Too many civilizations have come and gone since.
How long ago was this?
Oh, I don't know. How old are the elves now?
Looks at the elves in the team.
Um.
The elves first came to Aber Tortle more than 25 millennia ago.
That is the answer that Phil gives you.
About 24 then. Give or take.
That's a very long time ago.
Of course. Bitch should have stayed in the damn box. He was a good boss.
When you say box, was this describe this box to me?
Mostly glass. Runes written across the inside. Nice cushy pillow.
And when you trapped her inside, was she trapped inside anything?
Yeah, a stick. A metal one.
A metal stick.
Yes.
Darian, I swear to the gods.
I think I may know who you're talking about. But I can assure you, I'm not that person. So.
Ah, well, don't fucking trust her if you find her. She's a bitch. Probably wants to rule the world again. Build up her empire and whatnot.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you for your cooperation.
Good, good. Now,
And please don't hit me again.
you have things to do. Go to the circle. The verdant circle. Well, what's left of it anyway. I'm sure you'll find old Beardy.
Yeah, we should probably be on our way, I think. Everyone ready to go?
Yes, fits the fiddle.
You see this old man takes out a big pipe and starts to smoke it without lighting it and starts puffing the smoke.
Let's get this over with. One last question.
Only one.
One that I can think of right at the moment.
Fine, fine. What do you want?
When's the last time you sent Belioth?
I don't know. I don't sense anything.
Okay, so you don't have any recent interactions with him?
No, not since he was flying through the sky some time ago.
About a month ago?
I
Uh,
don't know.
2 at this point?
I don't keep track.
Well, do you know what direction he went in?
I think he went north. Maybe south. But I think it was north.
Do you see what's in the north?
Uh, the ice caps, I think, the spine of the world.
Okay, so it's not in the direction of Leshek.
No, that's south.
Okay. Oh, but he said it could be north or south.
Mhm. Technically, that's southeast, mostly east.
There. Still just gonna hope that he went north. Because that would be nice, is that if he went north and is not currently going to Leshek, where there is already a civil war going on. Okay. I'm going to assume that I know the answer to this. You don't remember names worth a damn, so you're not going to remember his children's names. Okay. We should get going.
Yes, yes, you should. Much to do. And off my lawn. Go, shoo.
Where is your lawn?
You're standing on it.
Where's the perimeter?
Everywhere. Now go.
As you see, he turns around, waddles off, and walks into a tree trunk. Not like he bounces off it, he just goes straight through it.
While he's walking away, he's just gonna hear Eki say, "You should contact your wife. Maybe you two can make each other less grumpy."
I doubt it. She's trying to kill me.
Maybe you deserve it.
Definitely. But she deserves it more.
Fair.
As he then
he-
disappears into the tree trunk.
Phil's about to say something that is 100% going to get her in trouble. But just off the top of her, it just absentmindedly goes, yeah. You know it's true love when they've tried to kill you at least once, and starts walking off in the direction we were told.
Corvax
Oh,
just
no,
gonna
that's-
stare.
What?
Scorvax just watching, just like...
I think Darian looks up a call back. They probably like lock eyes and they just in unison just shake their heads, just like, oh god.
But it's not long after that, Syl, you find yourself walking out of the lush greenness into an area of absolute soot and destruction. Wildfire has burned through here recently, one that burned very hot. and you can see just up ahead the ruins of what looks to be some kind of temple. It's partially overgrown, but all of it covered in black soot. In the very center, you can see 12 chairs sitting, facing each other. But as we arrive at this new ruin, that, for tonight, is where we're going to be leaving it. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. It is quite the event to see this crew do anything at this point. For those that are listening in, we thank you for joining us, and I hope you come back to see this party try to figure out all the bull they keep landing themselves in. So, we'll catch you on next week. See ya!